what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz from GuitarJams.com. We are honored to have Tim Pierce visiting us again. Thanks for coming by again, my man.
Thank you. I made better time this time, I think. Got here
Perfect.
2 minutes quicker. Yeah.
Nice. Real quick, Tim's a session master. In fact, you just finished playing on a whole Neil Diamond album.
Yes.
And we talked about that. It sounded really exciting. But you've got great insight as a professional guitar player. You've lived it. You've experienced the highs and the lows, the glamour and the not so glamorous. But anyway, you have a great YouTube channel. We just want you guys to support Tim and check out his YouTube channel right in that link down there. But not only that, you're going to get some insight right now. You're going to break down some ZZ Top style stuff. And, you love Billy Gibbons, right?
I saw ZZ Top when I was a little kid, and I think there were steer horns on the amplifiers. We checked that on the internet now, but I don't think I imagined that. I've always loved ZZ Top.
Yes.
First record. So yeah.
Billy Gibbons, riffs, licks, all that stuff. So let's zoom in, and we'll check it out.
Okay. So one of the great things about this riff is you can kind of park your hand in one place. So if you take your third finger on the D string on the 7th fret and just kind of park it right here, that'll be where the hand sits for most of it. And then there's one other position down here. So it's real easy in a way because your hand only goes 2 places and it spends most of its time in this one spot, which is pretty familiar to a lot of us. So once again, third finger, D string, 7th fret. And you're going to toggle between a note that's a whole step below, 2 frets below. So as we do the riff, you're going to have your third finger here, and then your first finger here, and you're kind of going to go back and forth in a way. And so for me, a couple of other details that you can learn later, or you can concentrate on now, it seems like there's a bit of a mute going on. In other words, it seems like the palm needs to rest right here to kind of mute the string a little, and that's kind of part of the toughness of the riff. If you play it open, it sounds good, but if you play it muted, it sounds like it's supposed to. So I park the flesh from this hand right in here, and then I grab this note and vibrato it a little bit. And this is something you can learn later too, or now. With vibrato, I had a great teacher, and he explained to me that vibrato is shaking the wrist. And the best way to learn vibrato is by shaking the guitar and exaggerating, watching your wrist go up and down. You don't want it to be your finger, even that looks shaky. You want vibrato to come from your wrist turning. And literally, this part of the wrist goes up, and this part of the wrist goes down. So if you want to work on vibrato, comes from the wrist, and I'm getting in the camera, turning the wrist like that. So you'll see me vibrato this. You can work on that later. You can work on it now. It's up to you. So here's the riff. I'll slow it way down. So the first part of the riff is double hit, and then jump to this string, G string, 5th fret with your next finger, hit that one note, and then land back on your original target note, your anchor note, right there. So really slow. A little faster in time. And for starters, you can do all downstrokes. Later, you can experiment with down-up. Although, I don't think that's what it is. It sounds more natural to me if it's all downstrokes. And you repeat this phrase 4 times. I'm going to play it faster now. Next move, we do the same thing 1 string over. So bring your third finger over to the G string, 7th fret, park it there, start the riff there. And here's a funny move. You have to go up 1 fret to compensate for the funny thing about the guitar where everything moves up 1 fret. So this part of the riff, and it's pretty easy, it's pretty natural. You don't do that like you did on the other phrase. You do. It's the same. It's a 4th up from. So back to the second part of the riff. Double hit, pull, back to the anchor note, and then you go back to the original riff for 2 rounds. I'll play the whole cycle. Just 2. 2 more. And that's a really good move because it's easy to do. So you play the riff 4 times in the first position, you play it twice in the second position, your hand's in the same position but in the second spot, and then back 2 times in the first spot. And then to finish off the riff, the next thing, you just hit the low E note. So and this is a really cool phrase. You hit the low E, and then you take your third finger and slide it up to the 4th fret. And then octave E here on the D string 2nd fret. And then either, I think I'll use my third finger for this. So third finger, B string, 3rd fret. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And one little trick, after you play the low part of the phrase, you're going to want to mute string ring with this part of your hand. Even though I got to say that sounds pretty cool. So heck, leave it open if you like the sound. Next piece, open D string. And that's kind of the heart of a D7 chord. I mean, the previous phrase was kind of the heart of an E7 chord. I just discovered this while I was teaching it. Those are elements of an E7 chord that he's kind of arpeggiating. And we move to a D7 chord, which is just the first piece of a. And what that is open D, G string 2nd fret, 2nd finger, and then B string 1st finger, 1st fret. And we're almost done. So. And then this really cool. And that one benefits from cool open strings also. Open G string, E note on the D string 2nd fret, and then this bluesy minor 3rd of the A. And literally you can think about it as just these 4 notes of the guitar. You're just picking through from the G string down to the E string on the bottom 4 strings of the guitar. I'll make this make sense right now. And then you jump right back up to the riff there. So, to review. And I think I'm kind of using all downstrokes because that's a legit way to make it sound tough. Okay, I'm going to do this series one more time. and then you come up and start the whole thing over again.
Tasty.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm adding
Thank
that
you.
to my arsenal now.
Good, good.
Once again, we want to thank Tim Pierce for hanging out in the studio. Also, check out his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of cool stuff for you to check out. Thanks for coming by again.
Thank you.